She swam ashore and looked up. She saw that her husband had taken off his pants, pulled out his belt, and formed it into a loop. He tied his feet with the belt and climbed up the coconut tree. The woman quickly put on her clothes and went to look for him. Seeing coconuts scattered all over the ground, she could not understand why he had climbed the tree. She quietly walked beneath it, but unexpectedly heard her husband secretly flirting with another woman.
Сережа!
The husband panicked and explained that he climbed the tree to pick coconuts. The woman only nodded and did not expose his lie. Late at night, she checked her husband's phone and silently looked toward the speedboat by the sea. At dawn, the husband got up early and prepared to leave alone. She stood up to chase him, but the next second she fell heavily to the ground. Turning her head, she found that her right foot was tightly tied with a vine. The husband boarded the boat alone, wanting to leave his annoying wife on the deserted island forever. However, he never imagined that the rope under the boat had already been tied to a reef on the seabed. As the speedboat moved farther away, the rope was pulled tight. The husband struggled to the surface and finally realized it was his wife's trap. The woman made a bow and arrows in the jungle. The husband returned, soaking wet, and admitted his mistake. She ignored him. The husband stared at the arrow with wide eyes. She drew another arrow, and he turned and ran. She jumped down from the tree trunk, and the arrow flew out. The husband slipped and rolled down the hillside, barely surviving. She did not chase him but returned deep into the jungle to find food. The husband held a wooden stick and slowly approached her. Suddenly, a strange owl cry came from the forest, and she turned back in fright. She fainted, but the husband panicked and stepped forward to check on her, only to fall into a trap and be hung in the air. She opened her eyes, stood up slowly, and picked up the stick to take revenge. Dense footsteps suddenly came from afar. It was a primitive tribe on the island hunting. She dropped the stick and ran, while the husband struggled violently. Before the natives arrived, he hid in a tree. Both narrowly escaped danger. The husband then collapsed to the ground. They had been hit by tranquilizer darts. The tribe prepared to offer them to the gods. The husband woke up in a small boat for sea burial. Before reaching the waterfall, he grabbed a vine and climbed the cliff, then quietly slipped into the tribe's ritual ground. The chief was lighting firewood beneath the wife's feet. He rushed forward, knocked the chief down, kicked away the firewood, pulled out the huge log binding his wife, and carried it on his shoulder. In the shocked eyes of the natives, he ran toward the cliff and jumped into the sea. In the end, the two paddled a small boat and escaped the deserted island, heading toward a happy and fulfilling new life.